Reverb Live Show. Glad to do another episode with y'all. Thank you, Reverb Live family, for checking into the show. Before we do anything, let's check in with the Reverb Live crew, then we'll check in with you. Let's see what's rocking with the show this episode. Professor Trace, what's going on, girl?
What's good, Reverb family? What's good, DJ Rain and DJ Dean in the building? Man, I just want to talk about this conference I had a chance to DJ at over the weekend. It was awesome. The whole conference, Friday, Saturday, and then it ended at church on Sundays.
It was lit.
It was so amazing.
Good.
It's called the Be Made Whole Conference, and it was put on by Family Worship and Praise Center's Women's Ministry, and had a chance to DJ the first night. They had this thing called a sequin soiree, so they had all of the women
Get out of here
coming out wearing sequin, their own type of everybody was shining.
Yo, the pictures for that must look amazing.
I didn't see those pictures.
It was awesome. It was awesome. And then maybe towards the end it started to rain, so had to hurry up and do a quick pickup, take my equipment, put it on the cart and take it back inside. So yeah, it was a really great event. The next day it was some awesome speakers and session speakers as well. And the food was great. The hotel was nice. It smelled good when you walked in.
It smelled good.
Yeah,
that's important.
Yeah. Okay,
that's important, right?
Yeah, it puts you in a mode when it smells good.
Yeah, you're not going to be frowning all day long.
Exactly. So anyway, here at the conference, I had the opportunity to. There was, I guess, maybe the breakfast, so I had a chance to DJ, during that portion. Had a chance to DJ during the banquet. They had a gala. They had a gala.
Oh, so you was rocking with them the whole
time?
Yes, it was really nice. It was really nice, and we got a chance to peep into a couple of sessions to see, what was going on, what everybody was talking about. And it was good to see, after being out for 2 years, 2.5 years or so, women coming together to try and pull back together their relationships, to connect, not pull back together, pull back together in relationships and camaraderie and, stir up one another in faith. It was an opportunity for women to come outside of their homes, their lifestyles, their relationship issues, their hustling, bustling with the children all day, to just be open and free enough to receive something, some type of restoration. So, shout out to Family Worship and Praise Center. Shout out to the first lady of that church, Lady Michelle Griffin, who is heading that ministry. And, shout out to everybody who got a chance to go to the Be Made Whole conference.
I wish you had a chance to take it all in, instead of DJing some part of it. But I guess what you got was valuable also.
Absolutely.
Man, I didn't know you had a whole thing going on like that, right? That's nice. That's nice.
Yo, my wife actually went to this conference.
She was one of the speakers.
And she was one of the speakers, and I didn't know what she was talking about, like what the message was going to be about. She didn't run anything by me. But when I got back home from out of town, she told me the part that she spoke on. What she said was amazing about stressors and de-stressors and energy levels, and she used like this graphical representation of the game Kerplunk, where like you put these beads in a jar and you have these sticks sticking through them, and if every time you take a stick out, like a ball may fall out. And she said those sticks represent things that just take away from your life, and those balls in there are just your energy levels. And every time you go through some things, the things stress you out, and it's taken away from you, taken away. Like all the balls start crumbling down. You have to learn how to manage your stress and put back in some good energy. I'm like, you thought of this? Like you took this?
The girl is smart now.
She's amazing.
The girl's a gift from the Lord.
Come on, Ray.
She's super
Give her
dope.
some more credit than that.
She's dope. She's dope, bro. Yo, but she kept going on and on about the conference. The teachings were great. The person that did the hosting with her, I think Elder Barbara, she did an amazing job. Everybody did a great job, to the point to where they just need to keep it the same name and do it again next year.
Yeah.
Don't change the name.
Also, one of our past hosts for the Reverb Live Show
Good friend,
was a speaker, Natty Z. She was
Z.
a speaker there. Yeah.
Come on, Nat.
And she talked about, being a whole single woman, pretty much, before you even consider trying to, be married or connected to a spouse in that way. She talked about some of the things that she went through in her life and how it brought her to the space where she is now. And she's now also married as well. So that would be a great hurt. She even has a book called My 2.5-Year One Night Stand, which the title alone is interesting in itself. But that's just a little synopsis of the weekend.
It was dope.
That's nice.
It was dope. Also, we in the Reverb Live Show. We got my man DJ Dean. What's up?
Fun and happy DJ Dean. I'm telling you, it's great to be here though, man. It's awesome being around my brother and sister. It's really nice. Man, I have a 13-year-old daughter. Love hanging out with her. Thought I was gonna have a little, she just said that she wanted to get something to eat on yesterday. Thought I was gonna get something to eat and that's it. I plan to go to Walmart, go to the store afterwards. Man, that evening turned out to a whole day just hanging out. It was fun though at the mall. We did get something to eat, thank God. And just went from a few stores, and she always, Daddy, I want this, I want to do this, I want to do this, So
is that how they get you? Is it all they gotta say is Daddy?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what it's about.
I gotta prepare, man.
But at the time though, in the essence of it, you gotta prepare, Rain. In the essence of it though, I had enough wisdom to tell her, some things you gotta hold off on, but it's good to see what she's interested in and what she likes and what she wants, and just teaching her at the same time that in due time, these things will come. Hopefully she learned from those lessons, because some of the things that she really wants, they're pricey, But we had a good time. Her, myself, my wife, my youngest son. We had a good time just hanging out. Time was spent by just like that, man.
Oh man, that's dope. And those will be the times that you remember.
Yeah.
It wasn't the big fancy trip that you took to, I don't know, the Philippines or something like that. Dubai, but they remember going to the store with you. They remember going to Walmart. They remember going to.
Because I remember that. I remember my daddy. I literally can picture it now. My daddy riding in his little Beetle red car, the little Beetle Volkswagen. And we went to a store. I don't know if it was a regular size store, candy store, corner store. I don't know. And I remember going into the store with him and me picking up a toy like I want this toy, and it was the toy that you hit like a hammer, but it makes a little noise. And I remember him getting that toy for me and bringing me back home.
Time matters though.
Yeah.
Time matters. Don't take any time for granted, y'all. Time matters.
Yeah. Before I went out of town, y'all may think I'm the cheapest guy ever, but that's fine. Shouts out to those that are checking in.
Economical. I use economical.
A little bit. As a going away present, I gave my son a cardboard box.
Going from what? From home?
Yeah, I was going out of town. I said, but Dad, I'm going to miss you. I said, I got something for you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you this cardboard box. This kid had so much fun with this box. It wasn't even the whole box. It was just the side of the box. He had so much fun with the box.
How old is he?
He is 6.
Yeah, you could get away with those type of things right now.
But let me tell you why he had fun with this box. First of all, it was the biggest box he ever seen in his life. I got it from a warehouse. My buddy of mine owns a warehouse. Went and got the box from the warehouse, cut it off. I couldn't even put it in my car. I had to ask him, can you deliver this empty box? The box was so big, it would not fit in my car. I asked him to drop it off at my house. He drops it off, cut the box out, folds, and I fold it up. And he gets this box. He said, wow, Daddy, thank you so much. He was so happy.
Yeah.
Because what he does, he's into NASCAR. So what he does, he likes to draw racetracks on cardboard boxes. He already has a collection of cardboard boxes of different racetracks. He has something triangle. He has a Daytona 500 that he draw. Now he wants to make this road course that NASCAR, his little toy NASCARs, he can just drive on. And he spent the whole weekend designing the course.
There you go.
He drew it out in pencil first, etched it all out in pencil. Then he painted it all in. Then he colored it in. Then he decorated and detailed it and put some other stuff in here. Then he labeled everything like
That's
what
what
pit
I'm
road was.
talking about.
He was. And I said, "Did you play with it yet, O'Neal?" "No, Daddy.
Not
I'm
yet.
just so tired."
You must be tired.
Boy was working on this thing all weekend.
You need to pay that man. You need to pay that man something.
He
Give him
owed me
something.
for this box.
No, he multiplied that box.
So hold on, the old idea he had from the get-go was for him to do this with that box.
Yes, I knew what he was going to do with that box.
Right,
I knew he was
cool.
going to have tons of fun with this box.
Okay.
And there he.
But that's not cheap.
It's cheap.
No, that's economical. That's visionary.
A box.
They don't have the vision that you got, or he has.
And they don't know.
How many 6-year-olds are going to sit down and have that vision?
And design something.
Exactly. He did the game too, right?
Yeah, I want to play the game again, but I don't think y'all want to play the game. So,
that game was dope.
The game was fun.
I won.
All right, people. We're going to take a quick break. And come back. Of course, we got the Reverb Word of the Day coming up next, and then we also have a great interesting topic we got to get into. Don't go anywhere. It's the Reverb Live Show with DJ Rain.
Neil is creative, man. I like that. Man. I really hear kids using their hands, their minds to create stuff again. It's unusual, and I like that.
And going outside.
And going outside. I designed racetracks on the ground in back in Jamaica, the dirt patches. I couldn't do that right now. If my son went outside in my lawn and tried to do that, man, I wouldn't have that. But see, O'Neal decided to get a cardboard box. That's even nice. That's nicer.
It's cheap for me too. It's free.
I thought he was going to actually build a car.
Build a car.
That's what I thought when he mentioned race NASCAR.
But you know, it's like I am understanding him more and more, and I'm trying to swerve him to certain things. Like, if you're not the race car driver, maybe you can be in charge of the race car and engineer it to go faster.
Mm-hmm.
So,
engineer the track.
Be a track designer.
Track design. Make the tracks more safer. See how you can make the tracks faster. Like some athletes say, certain tracks are faster. Like, I can't get the theory behind that. But hey, they got it.
All right, y'all. We're gonna shout y'all out in just a little bit. Oh yes. Prophetess Diana 7. I see you came back and you rejoined us. That means you like the show. Prophetess, tell us where you listening from, what you doing out there. Sheena, be encouraged. How you doing? Sheena, you in town? Yo, should we call Michelle or Nat?
What?
To talk about the conference?
Go for it.
Which one?
Which one?
You want to call
Whichever one that can do it. Pick one.
Michelle?
She got 5 kids, so I don't know if she's gonna have time. But either one. At 8, of course, 8:28. Or Nat. My 2.5 year one night stand. Dope.
That's a long one.
Dope. I was there. I was there with her for them 2.5 years to see that unfold. Fold out and then open. Where chips in there?
Oh, Chips. Yeah, take them.
And is this queso or this is whatever? What is this?
Queso right there.
It's an interesting topic of our book. That'll get anybody's attention.
Hey, Shell.
Which one? Oh yeah.
Hey, we're seeing if you wanted to talk about the conference from this weekend a little bit on the show. Yeah, in about 10 minutes. I just talked about it a little bit, like in my check-in.
She hyped it up, bro.
Oh, you closing down? No, okay. You do your thing. We're gonna try to find another person. No, you fine. We talked that I just mentioned it, and then Ray was like, "Hey, you want to see if we can get her on?" So I said, so I called you. You fine?
It's shut down time for parents.
All right. She in the middle of breakdown. Okay, so you calling that on your phone?
Nanette.
What up?
Oh, you came to the city, son?
Yeah, I'm saying?
And shut it down.
I like it.
Bruh, hey, in 10 minutes, let's do an interview. You ready?
Okay, go.
Alright, I'm gonna call you back. Be in a room where there ain't no lot of noise.
I know, bye.
Sucker. Oh, man. I know how to do it. I taught you how to do the interview. But she's right. She's 100%. I know, right? You gotta get that part in there. Reverb Live Show. Reverb Live Crew's in the building. DJ Rain.
Master Minister Tracy.
Happy fun time, Daddy Dean.
Yo, let's talk about this Reverb Brother today. We gotta get into this, man. Look, I am still excited about that. I didn't even go to the conference. But the way she talked it up, the way my wife been talking it up, and the responses we saw online, and
just what I saw online. I got it. And then Tracy started talking about the sequence thing. They had a DJ.
I want to see that. They had a DJ for every session. Like, how do you do that?
What?
Every day you had a DJ.
2 days. Friday and Saturday.
Man.
And finish up on Sunday.
Yo, I gotta. So let's see if we can get one of the speakers. The guest speaker, Natty Z, good friend of the Reverb Live Show. Let's see if we can get Nat to get on. Bottom of the hour, we'll bring her in. All right, let's go. All right, Reverb Word of the Day, Professor Tracy, what you got?
The Reverb Word of the Day is Proverbs chapter 4, verse 22. Proverbs chapter 4, verse 22. It says, above all else, above all else, guard your heart, for from it flows the issues of life. Or you can say, above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Depending upon what translation you read, just know the whole point of this scripture is to guard your heart. I mean, guard your heart like, I don't know if you've ever been through the TSA gate on your way to getting on a flight, but they guard those flights. They guard whoever comes behind that counter or behind to go to those gates. They guard that in such a way that to not let in any fluids, any large fluids more than 3 ounces. Even though they be throwing people's lotions and water away, it's like, well, can't go on this flight. You can't go on this trip. So you have to guard your heart with all diligence. You have to guard your heart above everything else, because everything you do is going to come from your heart. So we just want to encourage everybody. Oh, she to be encouraged. She said, what about the TSA pre-check? So you just go ahead and get the, let me tell you, the TSA pre-check will still throw your bottles away if it's not 3 ounces. They still will. But the point is, you guys, the way that you guard your heart, like you have security cameras, you have a guard at your property, you have a guard at the schools, you have guards everywhere, but you're guarding it so nothing negative comes in, so that you can protect what's on the inside. What's on the inside of your heart? The things that you do, your goals, your dreams, your future, what you desire, all of that stuff is inside your heart. Nice. You don't want it to get tainted. You want to be able to use all that God is giving you to do. So guard that place. Don't just watch anything. Don't give yourself to doing every activity either.
Practical. Let's make it practical.
Don't put yourself in front of every environment. Don't put your ear in front of around every conversation. You
don't expose yourself to just any and everything.
It's so easy to do that these days. Be exposed, man. It was to be guiding through and sliding through and right there in front of you. You know, you see things. Even the advertisements now.
Oh, I don't even want to talk about the
oh my goodness, it's hard to watch TV now, man. Gosh. TSA, I'm upset with TSA. I have to tell you this, man.
What happened? What they did?
Let me tell you how much they guard, right? now, what do you know? The cheese, right? The cheese in the can. Easter time, Jamaican cheese. So I was bringing through a few of those, right? And I'm going through TSA. I didn't check them in, so because they're heavy. So I brought them in my carry-on. So I already came in the country with them, and I was in New York, connecting now to Tallahassee. And they say I can't go through TSA with those. I was like, why not? I already came in the country international with these already. Why can't I go through TSA? They say it's liquid. I said, where the liquid at?
No,
they claimed it was liquid.
Man,
they didn't read where it said cheese.
Hold on, that's what they read and showed me. Look at the. They said in the in the ingredients, there's a certain amount of quantity of liquid that's in it.
But it's not dissolved.
But I'm just saying, you guard your heart.
Oh my goodness. They was guarding that.
Talk about upset.
That's a delicacy when you bring it over to here in this country. They threw all 3 of them.
All 3 of them, man. So.
I mean, let me just bite about 5 of them real quick.
If I could have opened the tin fast enough, I would have gotten a few bites in there.
Wow.
They're throwing away my Supplegen before and stuff like that, drinks and stuff. I already got a few sips out of it, before I throw it in the can. But this time I was so upset. I was it's solid. Where liquid at? But nonetheless, but to spiritualize it, we had to even look at the ingredients while we were watching.
That's good. That's
good.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Oh man, that's good. That's good stuff to add on to that.
Jesus.
So guard your heart. Coming from
Proverbs chapter 4, verse 23. I
Good
think.
stuff.
I had took it off my screen. Sorry.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Good
Yeah.
stuff. We're gonna take a quick break. Come back at the bottom of the hour. We're gonna see if we can get Natty Z on the phone to talk about. One, I want to talk about this book, the 2.5 year one night stand. That's a dope title, by the way.
Dope.
And then talk about the topic that she brought in the women's conference. And then if we have time, we should need to get this. Like, if you're an actress, we can actually ask her this. If she was if you were to have a movie made about your life,
Even her book.
she wrote a book about it. Right? If you were an actress, what types of roles would you accept? And are there any roles that you would decline? Doesn't matter. You just acting anyway. Okay. I like that. Don't go anywhere. It's a Reverb Live Show with DJ Ray. Yo! Toothpaste before. They threw away toothpaste?
Yeah.
Of course.
It's liquid?
If it's not the small
They
containers.
would throw away your toothpaste.
That's dope. What are they
People
getting
crazy,
busy
man.
about? Like,
They don't. They just following their rules, their job.
no, but the people who set the rules, what was the thought behind not? It can be used as a weapon or
Maybe
something?
create a bomb or something, some kind of mixture.
And you know what was the worst part about this, Ray?
Don't tell me the guy was Jamaican.
It was a girl too. This girl,
She knows better.
she know.
You have to say, let me ask the
I
manager.
am Leticia.
Go to the manager.
No, you already know
Leticia
that.
Allison. How you doing? How you doing?
Jamaican bombing up a plane for what?
Yeah.
Leticia Allison. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Flex OSC. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Just joined the show. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Where you checking in from? Where you checking in from? Where you checking in from?
I thought because I had TSA pre-check 2 weeks ago,
You can bring whatever you want.
that I can bring the little water bottles, the little water minis.
Yeah, little minis.
That trashed it. They trashed it.
A lot of that too is on these vending shops that they have behind.
And then you go around the corner.
Water's expensive.
They selling it.
It's
expensive. $4.
and it was like $4.75 for grapefruit juice.
Do they sell the lotion back there though?
I didn't look for it, but I probably do.
My dead mother getting a check. Oh God!
You saw what Sheena did?
What she did? Is it What's she doing with baby bottle milk? What you doing with that baby milk? Oh, Ziploc bag.
That's a good idea. Are they making women throw away their milk?
Was it
It don't have to be in like a certain container or something.
That's what I wanted. I was gonna ask. Was it the container transparent? Oh yeah. Sorry. Was the bottle, the container, was it transparent though, Sheena? Probably that's why they had it in a Ziploc bag. That's the only thing I could think about.
It's the Reverb Live Show, playing the hottest English and hip hop.
$5.
Okay. The latest news and topics that keep you quick. It's the Reverb Live Show with DJ Ray.
Isn't that coming on now?
Access Food is gathered by a network of good people and local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. You've earned their wings, and you can too. Together,
Do you want a taco?
No, I'm good.
Why you want a taco?
Thank you.
We got tacos tonight. Today's taco Tuesday.
feedingamerica.org.
Look, that's what the Smith family does on Tuesday.
Best urban gospel
Taco
show
Tuesday.
Right now. It's the Reverb Live Show. Play the hottest in Christian hip hop.
And that. Oh, there you go. You good? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. Do it this. Pull this out, and then stick this.
Pull this out.
It just because it's bending.
Oh, it's bending. Oh.
Ready? Reverb Live Show, Reverb Live crew is in the building. DJ Rain.
Tracy the professor.
Fun, happy time, DJ D.
You still having a fun, happy time?
It's the best month of the year.
Even though they threw away all your 3 cans of cheese.
That was a long time ago. I had to practice forgiveness.
Yo, we are here talking about, Tracy just brought up this amazing conference that was on. We happen to know the guest speaker, good friend of the Reverb Live Show family. She has an amazing book out there, but before we get to the book, the name of the book is called My 2-year,
2.5 years.
2.5, she put the half in it, 2.5 year one night stand. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but first, let's talk about the segment that she did at the conference. Natty Z, are you there? Now, we know you as Natty Z, but I know what do you go by now when you're booking these conferences? Are you going by the Natalie Black Experience, the Natalie Experience?
Well, not any of those. I am married now, and I go by Natalie Lewis. That's it.
Wow. See.
It's good.
You
Now-
see, Tracy?
Part 2. We're coming back to that show.
Had a little tiff about last names earlier. Now they brought you to the Be Made Whole conference to talk about what topic specifically?
Lady Michelle asked me to speak on He's Out There, but Where Are You?
Okay. So explain us how you approach how are you gonna deliver this message to the ladies?
Well, I take time to download what she said in the scriptures that she gave, for example, to get a heartbeat of what she's wanting. As a speaker, you never want to go in there with your own agenda. You want to make sure that you have the DNA of the host people. So I went there and everything that we've gone through is not for nothing. And a lot of people think that they go through things for themselves. And my single journey, I know this is a part of my calling as far as God allowing me to go through that deep. I pay attention to like I told the lady, every bump, every bruise that I gained on that journey, is for the reason of this weekend. So I went in there and I began to talk about all the places I visited on my journey, helping them to identify where they are, abandon the alley, rejection road, depression street, and surrender circle.
Okay. Now, what were the responses from some ladies? Did some of the ladies come up to you afterwards and share anything?
I can tell you what some of the responses were. Girl, ooh, yes, say that. Oh my gosh, ooh, conviction. Yes for this word. I mean, that's what some of the comments were.
Did anybody come up to you afterwards and shared anything with you?
They're still sharing. I have people in my inbox, people in my text messaging group. People just, here's the truth. People want help. And a lot of times people out there giving them feel good charisma, but no help. And I thank God that I've got positioning to help. As far as like being in school to help mental health therapists, having access to therapists, and a lot of these women who are suffering, a lot of these people, men who are suffering, they got Jesus and depression, they got Jesus and abandonment,
Oh wow.
Jesus and rejection, and they're only being talked about the Jesus part, but no one talking about the other part.
Give us some nuggets from the conference.
Say again?
Give us some nuggets from the conference.
Oh my gosh. Tracy, give them some nuggets from the conference.
From your session or just from in general?
It was so many things that happened from my session personally.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, Tracy, what was your favorite nugget?
I mean, I liked when you talked about towards the end how, but you just need to do the work. And how you went through all of the streets, you went through all of the direction of, you know, where you were, and it identified, of course, with a lot of women there. But when you talked about now, you just got to do the work, revealing what's going on, revealing where some minds are, revealing where the mindset of some of the women are, or somebody who is single, who is still waiting to be married. But now you have to do the work on yourself. You have to do the work on getting before the Lord. You got to do the work on, you know, the process of getting rid of the depression, the process of not focusing on what you don't have, or the abandonment, and look at how God is taking you and blessing you. So that's something that I kind of took away from your session. Like, you got to do the work, period.
And that's something that we want to work on when we're doing the work. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to make it practical for them. Because people say do the work. What does that look like? One of the things doing the work is understanding the scripture, getting revelation. That's part of doing the work. Not just letting it be your pastor's revelation, but letting it be yours.
Mm-hmm.
The Bible says, study so I shall approve. And one of the scriptures that I brought out to them that I'm hoping that resonated was, God will give you the desires of your heart, right? When we get to a space where we really are at surrender circle, we'll allow God to tell us what you desire. Do you even want me to have a husband? Is a husband required for my life right now? If not, then stop letting me focus on things that are not required for me. When a husband is required, he'll show up.
Boom.
I have a question for you, Natty Z. Fun time, happy time, best month of the year, DJ Dean. While you were preparing for this conference, you got the download from the host, and you're preparing for this. In your time of preparation or in your time of delivery, what did God show you that stuck out to you the most? Because oftentimes the message comes to us first before we deliver. So either in your time of preparation or while you were delivering this, what aha moment did the Holy Spirit brought you to?
Great question. I think the aha moment is the sound of freedom. Because I was once trapped. I was once stuck in these dead ends of the streets that I talked about. God, I told him, if anybody knows me, I've lived a very public life, which is someone you hate. But I know that God has allowed me the privilege of living a public life because he also blessed me publicly. He also delivered me publicly. He also rewrote my story publicly. If you need to use me, no problem. So I said yes to that call. But what stuck out to me the most is the sound of freedom, because as I reviewed my life story, as I went down these roads to tie a story into the road, I remember that those places used to take over my whole life. I remember the tears, I remember the place I was, I remember the depression, I remember the sadness, I remember feeling like I was never, ever, ever going to be free. And to now hear the sound of freedom, because the sound of depression, the sound of chaos is a real thing. The sound of anxiety is a real thing. The voices in your head are loud. The confusion, the chaos.
You know, Nat, not to cut you off, but it shocked me that you were like so close to committing suicide. When you explained some of those things inside, that you were so close to ending it all, or so depressed, and I didn't know. And I see you like this happy
Vibrant,
woman of God, fire,
always,
yes,
yeah.
And then to hear what it looked like for you to go through this kind of stuff, that just blew my mind. That just blew my mind. I remember coming to your house, getting my hair, not my hair done, my face beat, and thinking like, was this one of the times, like, did I miss it, God? Like, dang, was this one of the times where, she was,
Crying
on Depression Street or whatever.
Yeah.
But it was just a blessing to see that. And so to hear you talk about freedom, that's all it sounds like. It sounds like a breath of fresh wind oozing from you.
Oh gosh, I can't even. My mom was there.
Oh, yeah.
And she loved to support me and hear me speak. such a blessing in there. But she didn't even know where I was.
Wow.
Isn't that something?
My location, I didn't share my location. Come on. You have phone that you share location with them, right? So people that matter, yeah, in case of emergency, you like go on Uber, I'm share it. And sometimes depression tells us to isolate, so we stop sharing our location with people. We stop telling people how we stop sharing the secrets that we don't want nobody to judge us, but we feel alone in what we're going through. And the truth is, my mama was doing the same thing. I didn't find out till I got free.
Man.
I shared my location with where I visited. And she said, I wish you would have told me, because I was in that spare too.
That's
There's so much help out there for us if we call out for help.
That's right.
My whole goal of being a speaker is to say, hey, I'm here to help.
On a professional level and on a spiritual level, you just mentioned something that's very keen. You say people want help. But I think we are going about that help in a weird way at times. And the Bible talks us about these type of things, about accountability, about confessing our faults one to another, and all these different type of things. But we don't make those things practical. And oftentimes, us as Christians ourselves, we don't make it ourselves available and welcoming for persons to share. Hey, I'm dealing with this, without being judgmental, as we spoke about in the last episode, and not able. And if we don't do that, we're not going to get the help that we need. And there's several times I've seen people who have gotten to the point of killing themselves, unfortunately, and they were just that same type of person, happy, showing all these different images on social media. They think that this person is living their best life, and behind it all, just like that, they're just committing suicide. They're out of here. So the cry for help is real, but how would you advise people now that probably was in a similar situation that you were? How would you advise somebody right now to share that location?
There's somebody who's already asking you where you are. Anytime you're going through, I gotta be honest with you, anytime you're going through, there are people who are concerned of where you are. They can be with you, right? In the same house, they see you. Allow yourself to trust. That's step one.
Thank you, Holy Spirit.
And for those people who are asking for locations, those people who are saying that they want to help, it's impossible for you to help somebody if you're too bogged down with your own stuff. We have to first give our stuff to God.
There you go.
In order to be able to help somebody carry their burden. We all have to be there for each other. Let's give our burdens to God. They're not meant for us to carry, right?
That's right.
So let's find a way that we can give our burdens to God and then trust. Trust is step one. I always think about the analogy that said that if you want to be rescued from a hole, you have to put your hands up. If you never put your hands up, it's hard to rescue you. So look for the people whose hands are up. What does that mean? They're showing signs that they're acting different. They're isolating. They're not talking the same. Their conversation has changed. It sounds a bit chaotic, right? Their behaviors are erratic. They're doing things that are outside of their norm. Looking for those signs, depression, somebody who just stays at home, overeating, overspending, over all the things, right? Because they're trying to numb and stay away from. Looking for those signs, that's one way to know if that person needs help. But mainly, just being an ear. Sometimes it's good to get somebody's face and not getting advice at all. Sometimes just be quiet and listen to them.
Facts.
Yep. Hey Nat, so we're gonna change the topic a little bit to our show topic today. So I'm gonna ask you a question, and the question is, if you were an actor, or actress, what types of roles would you take? Would there be any roles that you would say no to? Would you? Well, does it matter because it's just acting anyway? Would you take a ratchet role or any role? What kind of roles would you take?
Oh gosh, what an interesting topic. That's actually something I'm going through with my son. My son has agents, and I'm trying to get him into the acting game, the modeling game, all things. And there was a gig for him to try out for Harry Potter. And I said, you know what, babe, we're not gonna try out for that role.
And why not?
Because I don't even let him watch it. Because I don't even know sorcery again. I want that evil experience. So it was a chunk of change that he could make from that gig when he was at the role.
Wow.
But yeah, man, I don't know. I think that the real life scenarios like if I say a drug addict or something like that, it's okay. That's real life stuff.
Okay.
But the witchery and all that stuff like that, no, thank you.
You know, there's a girl. I don't know if you watch the show with Issa Rae, awkward black girl.
Oh yeah, because the girl is a Christian.
One
Orgy.
of her best friends.
What's her name?
I don't know
something
her name.
Orgy. I can't think of her first name right now.
She's one of the good friends with the lead character.
She's the friend.
But she's the fastest one out of all of them.
And she's a Christian.
What's her name now?
Yvonne.
She is a bona fide Christian.
Bona fide Christian.
But
she
on
even
the
has
show,
a whole 1 hour comedy
Really?
show, and it's all clean.
Wow, I did not know that. I gotta go look that up. But on the show, she the fastest thing that I ever seen. But so somebody can stand on their morals like, hey, I'm not gonna play those roles that depict me in a certain image or likeness, and I'm not gonna show anything. And then you have some people that say, hey, I'll do it, and I'll take the money, and I'll go pay my tithe, and I'll go bless the poor. I'll
church
start
gonna take the money
organizations,
now.
and and they'll do good things with it. But on camera they're depicted a certain way.
I have to be careful about what I represent, whether I'm pretending or not, and it depends on what platform. I don't know.
Yeah. Nat, we're going to go around the room. We're going to let you go in just a little bit. We're going to go around and talk about that when we come back. But Nat, tell us about this book, My 2.5 Year One Night Stand.
It was a book that I wrote when I got freedom. And the book is not necessarily about my former marriage. It's more so about putting temporary people in permanent places. Include your temporary self. I think that until we are made whole, we are not the version of who we should be, God's calling us to be. The broken version is not our ultimate what God wants us to get. That's not the whole self. And we allow ourselves to entangle ourselves in marriages or commitments or situationships that we should be in when we're broken, when we're depressed, when we're full of anxiety and all the things. So it's just like I did this past weekend at the conference, being able to just tell my story and point out these areas and really do the work as far as asking the questions that need to be asked to the women reading the book through journaling and all the things to really be able to just kind of be honest with themselves. I think that's the first way to freedom is honesty. So that's my book. I'm actually currently writing my second one. So excited about it. It's all exposed.
And what's exposed about?
Believe it or not, I'm going in the novel for this one.
Go girl.
Yeah, this one is the novel. It's going to be a Christian-based novel, and this young lady is going to be going through life, and I'm going to expose emotional instability and what that looks like throughout this book. That's my last call. My last call is to help women obtain emotional intelligence and inner healing. So I want to show the ups and downs of what it looks like to be emotionally unstable. But have all that, right, quote unquote. Just the things that women do. And I'm just taking stories that I know happen to me and other people in my life, and putting it all in this book.
There you go. Feel free to put me in there and change my character name to just say he was tall, dark, and handsome. And I know that. And then I know that was me. It had a good voice.
Okay, I won't say I can't say any characters. I don't want to get nobody thinking, but yeah.
There you go.
Similarities.
And so Nancy, thank you for coming on to the show. She does this thing. Are you still doing powder rooms?
I am. It's my heartbeat. I do it every Monday night on Facebook Live. You can find my page, the Natalie Lewis Experience, on Facebook. That is the page. You can find that show. I have a show coming up next Monday. I'm talking to 2 professional industry models and talking about how they got there. So I'm pretty excited to share their story.
Dope. We're on the phone talking to Natalie Lewis. Great person to talk about singleness and being made whole. I'm glad she was one of the speakers, and she got to come back again next year to talk about some other stuff. People, we're going to take a quick break and come back, but I got to put this out there as a note. If you want to hear a little secret about me and Nat, just tune in after the break. It's the Reverb Live Show with DJ Rain. Oh, Nat, you know what? Let us, Nat. Yo, let's do this.
Was it
Let's,
the thing recorded?
let's get a drop.
Was the conference recorded?
So you that famous now where you get drops
Yes.
now, you know what I'm saying?
I just don't know if they have it's gonna be available.
All right, you ready? Hold on.
Cause I asked,
All right, we finna.
cause I want to get it.
All right, y'all, hot mic, you ready? All right, Nat, you ready? Ready on 3. 1, 2. You sucker. I was waiting for you to mess up. But you didn't. Professional. People gonna hear my secret about you when we come from the break. Anyway, all right, man, we out. You don't know the secret. You don't know the secret. What's the secret? What's the secret? What's the secret? Dang it! Yeah, that's the secret. Bye. We're not gonna play this whole song. We're gonna come back out. People checking into the show. I like Baby Girl Missy 25 joined to the show. The Light 7777. Thank you for giving your response. Baby girl, what roles would you play if you was in the if you was a big time movie star? What roles would you play? Murel.Van, what roles would you play if you were a big time movie star? What roles wouldn't you play? Like I ain't doing that. You can pay me, but I'm not gonna do it. Let me know. I like what the light says. I don't do sci. I like sci-fi though. Like sci-fi's my thing. Like sci-fi movies get you to explore and see what's out there. It could be different.
I would love to
things
be on Star
going
Trek.
on, you know what I'm
Star
saying?
Trek.
The newer ones.
Hey.
Can't see his people.
Shout out to my man Perry Fisher. I said his name, Perry Fisher. This young guy. Hopefully he's gonna blow up one day, man. He's gonna blow up one day. He's a good kid. The kid is just blessed. He's got talent, but he's just blessed. Yeah. But he changed his position, so he has to work his way into the rotation.
You went up for a quarterback, but changed it? He changed it or coach changed it?
He changed it. Oh, that's it. Wish he would have consulted somebody first.
You got a scholarship on that. Okay.
They came to your game to see you do that. Comedy rules. I like that. Nero.Van. That's a good one. Comedy rules. Right, we out. Let's come back.
Into the Reverb Live Show with DJ Ray playing the hottest Christian hip hop and R&B.
Has anyone ever gave the pastor a slow clap? I don't know. I think he'll like it. What's perverted though? What do you call perverted though? Sheena?
Yeah, what's that?
Kind of good one for Tracy. Reverb Live Show, Reverb Live Crew's in the building. I'm whole right.
Master Minister Tracy.
Having a good time, D.
Still at it. What's some? This is the secret that me and Nat share. Nat taught me how to be a radio DJ, a radio personality. She was the one that taught me how to do it. She said, Rain, this is what you gotta do. Now, she gave me steps to practice. She encouraged me. She said, we're just gonna do it right now. Ready, go. She would like do it to me on the spot, like, quiz me on the spot, run me through drills. But I was scared to do online radio, but she made it happen. She made it happen. It was Nat, man. Nat birthed it in me. She pulled the DJ out of Rain. All right, what are some roles out there that you would play that you wouldn't play? We got some people checking in. The Light 777 saying, I'll play action roles. Detective roles. I like that, detective roles. And no thriller roles. He doesn't want to do thriller roles. Maybe.
Sheena going all the way in.
What is Sheena saying?
No homo. No high sexual roles.
No high sexual. Somebody else is checking in here saying, no sci-fi roles. What's the wrong? What's the sci-fi? No sci-fi.
I don't know. I like a good Star Trek. And like I said, I like a good Star Trek. I like a good Black Panther.
That's sci-fi.
That's kind of sci-fi
I mean,
to me.
That's
fictional.
sci-fi.
Fictional
Science
sci-fi.
fiction.
Yeah.
Black Panther?
Yeah.
I mean, what's the stuff that they had from the ground?
That
Uranium?
uranium thing? You know.
They had technology.
I mean,
you know, you got to turn it to the Black Panther.
I mean,
You're probably thinking like aliens or
no, I mean
spaceships.
that's been around. That's like Superman, Batman.
What do you call those? Like
What do you call them?
comics or
Yeah.
Superheroes.
superhero?
Yeah,
Okay,
I wouldn't say
superhero.
sci-fi. That's what I'm saying.
That's another genre.
Yeah. That action hero.
Action hero.
Action hero.
Yeah.
Let me see. If I were to be an actor, and I would say, nah, I ain't gonna do that. I wouldn't do any homosexual roles. I don't know as far as going as to Training Day. Denzel Washington, like just cussing people out left and right. If the role requires it, slip a few in there. He wrote it. I didn't write or wrote it. I won't mind saying a couple of those words. It's not me who I am.
I mean, he wrote a gay scene too, but
When you play it.
I'm just saying exactly.
But,
Exactly.
Well, okay, maybe the stunt double coming in.
I don't even want to stunt them. We're not gonna put the stunt man in jeopardy before God either. Oh no, we're not. No.
Dean, what roles would you not or would you take?
I would not take a role that cross dresses.
Dressing?
Cross dresses.
What about like Big Mama?
I would not do that.
I understand maybe not doing a Tyler Perry maybe, but
What's the
Big
difference?
Mama.
Same to me. Yeah.
Same thing.
Okay,
You know,
fine.
so I wouldn't
No
do that.
cross-dressing.
About
About killing somebody.
if it has a point to it. Like even some ratchet roles. If there's a moral to the ratchetness, put it that way. You know, at the end of the whole compilation of the story, there's some moral to the ratchetness.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I would not want to take any roles with sex scenes, for sure. I would
Like with the
love-
kissing.
Yeah, none of that.
You're not even gonna kiss a guy on screen?
I mean,
If it's if my person is a married person,
yeah.
okay. But if it's not a married person, if the character is not a married person, because the way that society is now, I mean, there are people who will do it.
I'm talking about you.
I just won't sign up to do it.
Okay.
There are a lot of people now, even professional good actors. You don't never see Denzel Washington kissing anyone, nor do you see Angela Bassett kissing anyone
never
either.
thought about
Why?
that.
Because those are the roles that they just don't take. They don't cross those lines. I mean, at one point in time, maybe Angela Bassett did for A Way to Exhale. You would never see her in any kind of role like that now. She's at
But
a
I'm
place
just saying, you're not established yet though.
But do you have to be established to say no?
But that's what they did.
No, you don't have to be established to say.
Then you won't get the job
I still
then.
have not seen. There are a lot of jobs that you can take. There are a lot of action, superhero jobs, things like that. But I'm not saying it just can't be those passionate kids that I have to pretend to be passionately in love with this person.
What if you were in the scene? You were married to this person. This is your husband.
It's your husband in the scene.
And you gotta
I
kiss
won't
him.
be a sex scene for sure.
But you
The
kiss
kiss
him.
part.
Maybe a peck on the side and the cheek or something.
Okay.
I don't know. I just don't want to give none of my
But
kisses
I
that
guess
I'm gonna
you're-
give to my husband.
Oh,
to-
my
I guess
goodness.
to somebody to pretend.
I guess your marriage relationship on that show then would be in trouble.
Right, we have to high
Yeah,
five, kiss on the cheek or
yeah,
something
it
like
would be in
that.
jeopardy.
I also would definitely not want to be in any role where I have to blaspheme God's name.
That's right.
If I have to curse at God, if I have to say something like, I don't even want to pretend to sin against God in that way.
Yeah.
You're right.
That's something that I take with. Every time I hear the movie, I'm like, like, well, I don't even know God like that. Why y'all gonna talk about him like that? You know. So anyway, those just make me cringe.
Would you take the role of the antagonist?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you would be the bad guy.
Yeah.
Again, if he has a point.
I'll be the bad guy.
You're the bad guy.
Even if I have to shoot somebody, if I'm selling dope, I do it.
You be the bad person.
Yeah, because you got to have that person to tell the story.
Yeah.
To make it interesting.
What about selling drugs?
I will sell it. Put me on that corner.
What about beating up an old lady?
I beat her up.
Oh man. Well, okay, all right, Dean. What about beating a woman?
No, I wouldn't do that.
You want to beat a woman?
I would.
Y'all play fighting. It's not for real.
Yeah, I would.
I know, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't in a movie though.
No, I wouldn't.
I wouldn't want to excessively cuss.
But you,
I wouldn't want to excessively cuss.
I just imagine. I was thinking about it not too long before we go. If we were to really make a show, a really Jesus movie, and Peter, somebody else to play the role of Peter, because Peter was a cusser.
Yeah.
If many people don't really know that Peter was he was a cusser. I'm just wondering who would play that role. But anyhow, if there's a point to it.
On that note, thank y'all for tuning into the Reverb Live Show. Listen, if you miss any episode, please go to our podcast page or any place where you can find major podcast platforms: iTunes, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, Spotify. Anywhere you can find those, do a search for Reverb Live Show. Like, share, and subscribe.
And if you have any questions, topic ideas, or you just want to show us some love, hit us up at info@reverbliveshow.com. We'd love to hear from you.
People, that's it for this hour. Stay tuned, stick around. Another hour could be on the way depending on your station's programming, or you can just press play to hear the next podcast. It's the Reverb Live Show with DJ Rain.